everybody, it's Michelle LaVore and
Devin LaVore coming at you.
And we are so glad that you guys are here today. And we do pray that you are blessed by what the Lord has to share.
Speed bump there?
Yeah, it was like my brain was like buffering.
That's the nature of the day. It's been a rest day.
Yes.
It's been such a chill out day. But anyway.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about day 7 of this dedication time that the Lord has had us in, and just share what the Lord has done for us today and all of that. But before we begin, as always, want to give a huge thank you to everyone who gives and continues to give. We are truly blessed by all of you. And if you would like to give, because we are support based, you can click on any of the links below, which is for PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Mm-hmm. And so thank you ahead of time, and thank you to all who have already given.
Yeah.
So, day 7.
Day 7. God.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a pretty chill day.
It has.
I mean, it's been like a super chill day. It has really been a legitimate, and God sat back and rested on day 7 and said, look at what I did. It's all good. Mm-hmm. You know, I love what you shared yesterday about all the platters coming and how it came from the presentation of the temple. I was super cool because that's what we've been doing for the past 6 days. Just presenting everything that the Lord's given us and putting it at His feet. And then today has it's like, you can have an idea about a thing, but then as you go into that thing, particularly being led by the Spirit, it can be different than what you thought. Today was literally we came in today thinking okay, well, let's just see what the Lord's going to do. Oh my gosh, it's just been so chill. It's been so relaxed. It's like basically 7:30 p.m. and we're doing our video. Because it's
just like a resting. And
the kids are really eating their dinner. We're gonna have God time after this, but it's like this is really unusual for us to do our videos this late. Yeah. And at this time. Yeah.
Especially over this time, particularly over this whole dedication time with the Lord. It's been a lot earlier in the day. But yeah, so basically, day 7 really was about God. It was holy and set apart to Him, and He rested from all of His work. And that's really what God has had us doing, is resting from all of the work. It's just been...
even the work of dedication.
Yeah.
It's just, there's been no dedicating anything today. It's been more of just God, you're awesome.
Yeah, which is really the whole point of this Sabbath, as far as it's a day it's set apart for God. Yeah. It's set apart to honor Him and to remember Him and just praise Him and worship Him for everything that He's done. Yeah. And so even this morning, it wasn't so much... I mean, if anything, it was like a dedication of well, God, this is your day. This is, every Sabbath day that we have is going to be dedicated to you. Meaning, whenever the Spirit of God moves and it's hey, today's a day of rest. It's all right.
We're going to respect that.
Let's turn our hearts. And it was cool because you were getting the word pivot this morning.
Oh,
and it was just
and tonight.
Yeah. And so I feel like a part of it is that when you had day 7, it was a pivot from what God had been doing. He had been working for those 6 days, and there was a pivot where He rested. And I feel like, in a sense, the Lord's you're going to be doing work and establishing things. He's going to be doing work and establishing things in our lives. But then there are going to be times where He's just pivot. I want you to just worship me. I want you to just set apart this time, and it's for me. It's to know look at all the work that I've done. And so that's kind of what today really was this morning, about just like, look at what God is speaking to us. Look at what he's done. He has these days and times that are going to be set apart for him, for us to just rest in his presence, just but rest. Also to really just be reflecting, I think, on everything that he's done. So in 2 Chronicles chapter 20, the praise and worshipers go up, and then they see that the enemy had been destroyed, but all their stuff was there. And it said for 3 days they gathered and collected the spoils. Mm-hmm. But then that 4th day, they just praised and worshiped the Lord, and then they returned home. Yeah. And there's some other scriptures where it talks about, when it comes to fruit trees, that the first 3 years, if you planted a tree, the first 3 years you don't take up the fruit, but the 4th year it is dedicated to the Lord. All the fruit that comes from it belongs to God. And in the 5th year, it belongs to you. And so there's this sense of dedication to the Lord. And you just see that over and over. Obviously the Sabbath, but then you have Shemitah years where it's an entire year that is a rest for the land. Why do I like saying that word? I know, it's cool.
It's a Shemitah year. A whole year.
Yeah. And it's really also a year for the land to rest.
Mm-hmm. So that even that the earth and the soil can be replenished before it goes into another cycle of 6 years of producing.
Well, I love that. It's a time of replenishing and restoration. Well, where do we get restored? We don't get restored in the things we do. We get restored in the Lord. We get restored in his heart by fellowshipping with him. He is the source of our strength in our life. And so God's like, you're gonna need these times where you just pivot. You come before me and you receive restoration. You come before me, you receive true rest. And so that's really the heart of today, has been just a resting in the Lord.
Such a peace for the soul. Just no sense of like, okay, well, we need to do this. We need to make sure we do this. Oh my gosh, all the stuff that you do during the 6 days. Even like the physical stuff, because we actually technically need to do laundry like right now. But the Lord was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
It's just not the day for any of that kind of stuff. It's like we're just chilling out. We're just resting. And I was just like, okay, cool. And it has actually been refreshing. It's been pretty uneventful, and I loved it. But I feel like it is a prophetic sign of like, this is exactly the way it was supposed to be. And we finished up our fasted portion, and then we had this really cool breakfast set up. It was just really cool. The kids loved it. And then the rest of the day has just been so chill. Just kids doing stuff. We were like, no school today. We're not doing any school. Even though it's Thursday. We're like, nope, school's off. That's yay, homeschooling. You can just do whatever you want, just like, nope, we're not doing school today. We're going to honor the Lord. No work, not in a religious sense, but to go with the flow of what God is doing. Because the 7th day is just as important as all the work days. Because a lot of times we see work as like the glorious thing. Well, the problem with that is, what about the 7th day? That's a glorious thing. God said he marked it. The Sabbath was a sign, right? And he's the one who set the precedent for rest in the work week, in that 7-day cycle of perfection and completion. And so, there's a lot we could say about that, but ultimately it's just like, God is the glorious thing. Not so much the activity and the doings. And I remember when I first got saved, it was so important. It was like tormenting me that I would be useful to the Lord. And the only thing that would prove I'm useful is if I led someone to the Lord. And it just never happened. It just didn't happen. And I was almost like a pushy salesman sometimes, trying to get people to get saved. Come on. Why? So you can validate me. You can validate my existence as a Christian, that I'm worth something. I'm being useful. And man, am I glad that God did not let that happen. Because it's like, no, your validation is not in the 6th day, or the 6 days, or the 7th day, or in any of the days. Your validation is in the Lord himself. The fact that he came to you and he chose you and he's seeking you out. He's inviting you. He's seeking your cooperation. He wants to love you. He wants you to know him and love him. He wants to walk in relationship with you. Just the fact that he looked at you and went, ooh, I want that. That's validation. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to listen to anything else. Your self-condemning conscience, the culture of the day, whatever it is, God's after you. That's validation enough. You know. But on that topic, it's like the 7th day is just so important, because it's a part of, like, it's like God's like saying, before you think that the 6 days is what it's really all about, let me put a 7th day on it and just show you. Oh, you got to sit back and just look at it. It's like when I do puzzles. Sometimes I do all this work and I'm like, all right, I did the puzzle, and I smash it up and I put it in the box and I get out the next one. And Michelle, what's your response?
I'm always like, don't you want to like just leave it out and like
look at it for a second? And I've learned to do that, right? I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna you know what, you're right. There's something about it. There's something about that drive to keep going to the next thing. The problem with that is it never ends. There's always the next thing, and the next thing to do and see and accomplish and endeavor. There's always that. But there's something about just sitting back and looking and absorbing and slowing down and even stopping and just looking and going, whoa, look at what the Lord has done. Look at all the work the Lord has done. And just, I don't know, there's something about it, you know, that just, it really does. So that's what I do now. I finish my puzzles and I look at it for a minute and then I'm done. Okay? But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I didn't imagine that this was going to be a very long video, because
but
just letting you guys know how we finished. And
yeah, it was good. And it's just, I think one of the other things I wanted to say is I love how, you know, in the days of creation, you know, God, he blessed man and the animals, and he blessed the birds, and, you know, to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and all that. But he also blessed the 7th day. And I just think that it's so unique, and it's like he blesses it because it's about him. And so it is a blessed day when you go with the Spirit. If the Spirit is saying to rest and you rest, it is blessed by the Lord.
Well, and it's a day where he looked upon with pleasure. I've been getting 111 like crazy for these past 7 days, and that's the Lord just saying, oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. Look at this. I'm so happy. Oh, this is amazing. This is so good. This is, before you dig in, before you get in, it's just like, whoa, look at this. This is just so, wow, this is so amazing. You know, that's God. That's what God's doing on that 7th day. He's like just in awe, and he's like, oh, I can't wait. He's like a kid on Christmas morning going, oh, and he's already unwrapped all his presents, and he's like, oh man, I can't wait to play with all these things. This is going to be amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord. That really is who he is. That is his heart. He's like, he just can't wait to get into the vision and dream and word and promise he's given, and be in it with you and go with you, and just all of that, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yes, very. All right, guys. So. That's all that we have for you today. We do pray that you are blessed, and just
We even tried to make sure we got everything out. We were squeezing everything out of that bottle of the 7th day, but that's pretty much it.
But yeah, so we do pray that you guys are blessed, and until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.